There we are. Look at that. Oh my lord. Look at that. See the dirt on here? And I haven't even touched it yet. It's the beauty of coatings and looking after your vehicle. Sorry. Yeah, hi there. Brad from Ultimate Shine here. And today we'll be going over maintenance services. How are we? Got my trusted stool seat here again. Really good. It doubles up as like a wash bucket and a stool seat. You just chuck the top on and you're good to go. It's really handy because when I'm out in the field, you know, if I've done a section and then I need a break, can just pop a squat, as they say, have some food, have some drink, stay hydrated because I'm out in the sun most of the time. So very important to keep your liquids up and don't dehydrate and that type of stuff. So yeah, really good, this bucket. So just to let you know, the first couple of videos, I'm going to keep it like a basic level of understanding. I'm not going to be throwing out all these terms and jargon and all this foreign stuff where you're like, oh my god, it's too much. Just going to keep it kind of at a basic level. I'm not going to dive down that Bugs Bunny hole, as you could say, because once I go down there, I'll go down there. I will go down to the depths of hell. Yeah, and you guys, it might be too overwhelming and whatnot, and I could go on for hours and hours and hours, and the phone can't afford that amount of space, and it's going to take me forever to upload. But anyway, I'm just going to keep it as kind of a basic level, as I've said. So if you'd like to skip to certain parts in the video, you can check that little scrub bar. I think it's called a scrub bar, where you skip to different bits in the video. If you look on there, you'll see the different chapters, and also it'll be in the description as well. So if you want to skip to a certain part in the video, feel free to do that, and you know, check out content or certain bits that are relevant to you or what you'd like to find out more about. So first question about maintenance services is, what is a maintenance service? It differs from business to business, but for me here, it's giving your vehicle a good clean, not a super detailed clean where you've got brushes going into nooks and crannies, got steam around and going under and over and all this stuff. No, it's just like a good surface level clean to keep things clean and keep your coatings hydrated, refreshed, that type of thing. Preferably before a maintenance clean, you would get a deep detailed clean and your vehicle would be coated. That's the preferred method, and for my business, only certain vehicles can get maintenance cleans. So the next topic on maintenance services is, why are they important? There's quite a few reasons to why they're important, which I'll go into in a second. A lot of those will overlap with each other. They'll be like interior, exterior, the same thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be like, this is why exterior maintenance is important, this is why interior maintenance is important. I'm just going to combine it together into kind of one, because again, they do overlap. So it's just going to be easier that way. So the first reason a maintenance service is important is it's going to keep your surfaces clean, healthy, just looking good. It's looking as best as it can. So your best example for this is your exterior paintwork. You want to keep it, it hurts quite smooth and I've done well. I decontaminated this about 2 months ago now. That's good, that's good stuff. But yeah, the best example is your paintwork. So you don't want contaminants and foreign stuff like dirt, grime, any pollutants or whatever. You don't want that sitting on top of the paint and just baking in other words, like, I'll say baking in, it means just like the sun just really drying it up, and it just driving it deeper and deeper into the paintwork. So you want to avoid that at all costs. And then obviously tying back into why we want to do maintenance services, this stuff left on your paint for too long, it's going to damage it. It's going to alter the appearance, may destroy some clear coat, may eat down into the paint, and you're going to notice that when you're looking at your vehicle. So important to get those harsher contaminants off as soon as possible, and then obviously cleaning it regularly, giving it a wash regularly. Nothing's going to be sitting there for too long that it does damage. So hopefully that all made some kind of sense. The best example I can give is wine. If you spill wine into a carpet, that wine's going to seep down into the fibers and go deeper and deeper the longer you leave it. If you leave it like a month or whatever, you come back to try and remove that stain, remove that wine from the carpet. By then it's already dried, it's already like spread to fibers around it and stuff. It's discolored the carpet, discolored all those fibers. The fibers have probably been damaged a little bit, and by that time it's going to take much longer to extract all that dye and that wine. It's going to take like a longer process. You're going to have to do a few extraction passes, use a bit more heavier chemicals to get that out, rather than if you've spilt wine and you're like, oh crap, want to get rid of that, you go get all your stuff and whatnot, and then you come back and clean it up. Or even the next day it's not going to be fully not dissolved, fully embedded deep into the carpets and sat and dried and whatever. So yeah, it's better to get that out as quick as you can. Yeah, same with the harsher chemicals, bird poop, tar, sap, acid rain, all that stuff. Anyway, what I'm saying is make sure you wash your paint on a decently regular basis. So your interior holds pretty much the similar type of properties where you've got your surfaces and stuff. You're not going to find bird poop in your interior, well, hopefully not. But yeah, with your interior surfaces, you don't want stuff like eating down into that material. So yeah, similar to the exterior, we want to make sure we're cleaning those surfaces, cleaning all the rubbish and stuff on the interior. So the second point, why you want to maintain your vehicle, is it's going to save you money. In multiple ways, it's going to save you money. So using the above example, we're going to use tree sap or bird poop. If either of those are left on your paintwork for too long, like quite a long time, I don't know the exact date, it depends, but if it's left on for too long, mold's going to start growing in those contaminants and start spreading around the vehicle. At a basic level, mold needs oxygen, moisture, and a food source to really start growing and thriving and spreading. If your vehicle is parked outside, it's already exposed to that oxygen, the moisture from the air and the environment and stuff, and then you're chucking on your tree sap or your bird poop, or there's your food source within those two contaminants. So those are the three ingredients that mold needs to grow and survive and thrive and whatnot. So we don't want that at all. From there, if you've got mold on your vehicle, it's a basic clean. It's not going to get rid of it. Like you'll clean this surface level of the mold. Sure, it looks good, but deep down at a microscopic level, that mold will still be in there. So in hindsight, maintaining your vehicle like that, like washing your vehicle on a regular basis, cleaning the inside, it's going to help prevent those things from happening, prevent like mold growing and spreading around the vehicle, prevent rust, oxidization. It's going to help prevent like staining in your carpets and on your surfaces and stuff, and all of that. If you want to get rid of all of that, it's going to cost you like an extra service. So the third reason, or three. The third reason you want to maintain your vehicle and why it's important is it's going to be easier to clean it for future cleans, I guess. That's because like that stuff, the harsher contaminants for the exterior and the interior, the spills and stains and whatnot, they're not going to be baked in, they're not going to be dried completely and super stuck in and hard to get out. So the fourth thing why maintenance cleans are important and why you want to do maintenance cleans is any coatings are going to last longer. So if your vehicle is coated, washing that regularly, it's going to perform much better because the coating is going to be refreshed, rejuvenated. All the stuff on top of it, it's not going to be eating down, destroying that coating. It's going to be refreshed, and then it'll be so much easier to clean. Having a coating just makes things super fun, relaxing, interesting, and again, a lot easier to clean. I'll show you a video on that, just a quick snippet of a video of my coating. We'll bring you in on my car. So this is the driver's side. You'll see all these little dots and bubbles and stuff. It means it's coated and hydrophobic. You'll see it a bit more up here. Let me try and find one. There we are. Look at that. Oh my lord. Look at that. So those little dirt particles or leaves or whatever they are, they're actually sitting on top of these bubbles. There's a good one in there. That little, wow. So you can see they're encapsulated on top of those. That's artwork right there. Same happens with the window and the glass as well. But yeah, I thought I'd just bring you guys in, show you what this coating looks like. So next question, how often do I maintain my vehicle? So I wash my vehicle at least fortnightly. That works well for me. And the interior I do at least monthly. I've got a pretty strict set of rules on my interior, and so like I don't have food particles or drinks or whatever spilled in the interior, so I can afford to wait a bit longer before it's cleaned. But yeah, like fortnightly washes, monthly interiors, that's a method and process that works for me. So next question, how often should you maintain your vehicle? How often should you do maintenance washes, maintenance interior cleans? That question is very dependent on you yourself, the vehicle owner, and it's dependent on the vehicle itself. So the first thing to consider is finances. So you want to assess how much you earn, how much you can afford to spend on your vehicle, how much you can afford to spend on someone else, like a detailer coming in, doing your vehicle, or you going to them, dropping your vehicle off and them detailing it, or how much you can afford to get those detailing supplies and do it yourself. Or there's also the other method, you could pay and go to a car wash and do it. But yeah. So the next thing to consider is time. You have to assess what availability you have to give your vehicle away and have someone else do it, or what spare time do you have yourself to detail your vehicle and clean it up. So the next thing to consider is vehicle usage. How is your vehicle being used? If it's like a taxi service, like it's used as a taxi or an Uber or something, you want to maintain it pretty regularly. Have it looking nice for your clients and stuff like that. You want to make a good impression on them. You don't want them hopping in and being like, oh, there's rubbish everywhere, it's filthy, it's muddy, like you don't want that at all. So you want to keep it decently clean. If your vehicle is used like very, very rarely, you're not going to have to maintain it as often. The next thing to consider is your physical ability yourself. This is a point if you clean the vehicle yourself. So if I'm coming in and cleaning it, you don't have to worry about this. Maybe to a degree where you'll have to park the car somewhere, you have to make sure you can park it somewhere. But if you are detailing your vehicle yourself, you've got to think about your own physical health. While you are washing it and cleaning it, you are like straining muscles, you're bending down and up type of thing. You're putting strain on different muscles and stuff. And if you're not in the greatest shape, or if you've broken your leg for whatever reason, you don't want to be putting pressure on your leg and doing more nerve damage and stuff. So in that case, you wouldn't want to wash it yourself. So yeah, you've got to think about your own physical health and abilities if you are going to wash it yourself. And that would play into, can I afford to, wash it fortnightly or monthly or every couple of months? Like how much stress can I put on my own body and be pain-free type of thing. So the last thing to consider is vehicle storage. When considering how often you want to maintain your vehicle, how often you want it cleaned and stuff. If it is like stored in like a garage, it's inside, away from all the elements and stuff like that, you're pretty golden. That's like top storage. That's the number one storage you could have, I'd say, just inside a garage, away from those elements. And if that is the case, you're not going to need to wash it as often as if it's parked outside. In general, that is, in general. So yeah, if it's outside, try and avoid trees, park it out in the open, and if you can, try and get it away from the roads, so car and stuff is not going to flick up onto it as cars are going past and stuff like that. I guess two other things that I could add as little bonus things to consider is, one, do you have rules and restrictions in your car? Like if someone comes in, you're driving them somewhere, can they eat in your car? Can they drink in your car? That type of stuff. And then the second bonus thing I would add is who's traveling in the car with you and how often is that? Like, say you've got kids, kids can be great and stuff like that, but generally, yeah, they do make a mess of the car. They'll want to eat, drink in the car, and they'll have toys and chuck those around everywhere and whatnot. But yeah, all those above things that I've mentioned are things to consider before deciding how often you want to clean your vehicle, how often you want to wash the exterior. So yeah, it really all depends. The answer to that question. That was a bit of a lengthy one, but yeah, I thought I'd give you those things to consider before deciding how often do I want to maintain my vehicle. So if I was to give you a recommendation on maintenance services, I'd say, I don't know, ideally monthly, once a month you'd get it done. Though you can push that out to 2-3 months, that'd be fine. But yeah, I'd say ideally have a maintenance service once a month. So just remember, there's no such thing as washing or cleaning your vehicle too often. The more you wash it and clean it, the better it is for the vehicle. Just because, yeah, it's getting all the crap out off the vehicle. It's refreshing those coatings. It's keeping the vehicle to a high standard, keeping it clean. But yeah, we can't all afford that or afford the time to do that and stuff. But yeah, there's no such thing as cleaning it too often. And something important to remember is when you do get a new car, especially if it's a new car, you want to make it last. You want to make it, good and great and be able to sell for more. So you do need to maintain it. Just like you maintain your mechanical side of your vehicle, you're always getting it checked every however many months. And there's a process to getting it renewed. Like you got your pink slip, your blue slip, all that to make sure it's mechanically sound and good. You should be putting, some money into the maintenance side as well. Either having someone come out and do it, or you doing it yourself. Yeah, it's important to maintain your vehicle as well. But yeah, ultimately, I want your vehicles to look slick, to look good, to get compliments from people and be like, damn, that's a nice vehicle. I want you guys to have some pride in your vehicle, feel good about driving it around and stuff like that. When it's time to trade in or sell your vehicle, you'll get a higher value because you've looked after your vehicle. And I want to help you guys avoid those really high services, or fixture services that can come with like mold removal, having to polish your paint because you've left something on too long, or helping get rid of oxidization or stains in the carpet and stuff. I want to help you guys avoid that altogether. I don't want you guys to have to pay for those services. So if we maintain it and clean it on a regular basis, you'll be sweet. So I think that's about everything on this topic, on maintenance services, on why they're important, why you should get them done, how often you should get them done. I think that's everything I need to cover on maintenance services. If you want to ask anything or there's something you're not sure of, chuck it down, write a comment. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, I think that's about everything I need to cover. In saying that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And until next time, ciao.